I think to me, photos will either tell a story, like a literal, like there's an obvious, clear story going on that they're going to wonder about, or the photo will convey a general emotion, and that'll make someone feel that emotion or contemplate what it's like to feel that emotion. You know, you could have an image of sadness or an image of someone being excited or powerful, and you just kind of feel that and you think about it. So that's my goal, is to convey a story or emotion. I also want to make something creative and new and really engage my viewer in the photos. My name's Daniel Grove. I am a photographer in San Antonio, and I cover all kinds of photography, but my favorite is creative stuff, nerdy stuff, things like that. That's what I'm getting known for in the area lately. During my day job, I'm actually an ATM technician. So I drive around a lot. I have my company car, I'm driving between stores, fixing stuff, fixing ATMs. But in the process of driving, about 60 miles a day sometimes, I find all these really cool nooks and crannies around town or outside of town.
And that's one thing that he was really good at, is like he knew the location. He knew kind of points of interest and saying, hey, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there.
I love urban exploring. I love finding new places that haven't been appreciated before or haven't really been photographed before.
There's a monkey sanctuary which was appropriately converted into a child playground. So we're gonna go there. Where's that?
It's kind of like a sport for me. I really enjoy it.
Cool. Let me if I can go back.
Go back?
Yeah, backwards. Hey, look, I'm trying to shoot you in between this open railing. So yeah, right there, you're centered. Yeah.
Once we got a good location, then I actually draw out the poses that I want them to do. And I follow that guide about 80%, maybe less sometimes, depending on how the shoot's going. But that just helps me get out my creative ideas early. Before they leave my head. If something pops into my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to remember this, next week for the shoot, I'll draw it down. And we have that kind of as a rough guide to follow, and it really helps posing. I can show it to them, they can see the pose, and they can, reproduce that a lot better and more comfortably than me trying to tell them how to move their body like a mannequin or something. It's a lot easier and more fun for them. Picking one thing that I like most about the process of my photography is really hard. Some photographers I've met really like the shooting part because maybe they're a people person. They like to be outside and doing their thing. Other people, not so much. They like to be inside editing. And I like both, or pretty much equally.
So I want this position maybe like right there. 1, 2, 3.
I also enjoy sitting down and just taking my time editing. I like to tweak things. I will tweak things for a long time until it's just right. So I like the editing, I like the shooting, I love the delivering and hearing feedback from the people. But I guess overall, I just like exercising my creativity.
It would be awesome if it would look like a fog on the ground. Like you come into the earthly realm, when like physics doesn't know what to do and there's like smoke.
As a creative person and kind of an entrepreneur type, I feel like if I'm not being creative, like something is subconsciously stressing me out.
We're gonna have this up high because I want it to be downwards on her again.
Okay.
That directional lighting is really block on that. 1, 2, 3.
So I have to be creative at least like a few times a week, or I would just kind of go a little bit crazy. The Doctor Who photo shoot was really fun. It was actually an anniversary photo shoot of this couple.
I would say that one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to go with him was really because there was a lot of, it seemed like there was a lot of experience there dealing with nerdisms. It's all those little things that nerds do that he was able to be able to capture that.
Somebody can come up to him and say Star Wars and Lord of the Rings or Zelda or anything like that. And even though we went to him with Doctor Who and he's never seen it before, he actually took the time to research it and kind of look at pictures.
I said, all right, we can pull this off. This will be fun. It'll be simple. And it'll really, it'll be different. You don't see a lot of Doctor Who portraits done.
The one thing that was really not random, but unexpected was the obelisk. and the fact that it lit up. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
I was surprised on how much extra was added in. With one of my favorite pictures, there were kind of two of my favorites, and one of them was with the obelisk, and he added some kind of lightning effects up there, like off of the obelisk, as well as changing the night sky into something alien.
And as much as I love the obelisk photos, as they're probably my top 5, I think my absolute favorite one is the one where we're coming down the stairs and he's holding my hand and we're like looking all serious. I can't do it right now because I'm smiling, but we're looking really serious, like look like we're trying to...
Something's around here.
Yeah, something's around the corner. And I think the reason why I loved it so much is because it just felt so realistic to me when we were actually taking the photo. And then so seeing the final picture and it, put together and the lighting, of course, all balanced and all that it just felt so real.
Madison was so much fun to work with. She is a very charismatic personality. I don't want to say she's loud because that comes off as negative, but she's just so friendly and she's so sweet and she's just so excited about stuff that she loves, which is cosplay and Star Wars.
I think Daniel is a great photographer. I think that more photographers need to be more creative and inventive like him.
Like, she's a big Star Wars buff, which when I meet another Star Wars addict, it's just like we have this connection. The moment she showed me the dress what she was going to wear for this cosplay, and we were, I was going to photograph it, I realized she has a beautiful spaceship in the movie, which is totally underrated.
The ship, I think it said online, was like 70 meters big. It's pretty big.
And it's just like this slick, chrome, perfectly shiny, organic shape. Started from a cube and rounded out into a long oval shape and added some details.
All right, right there should be good.
And this is totally unedited. It's very dark, but I shot that up on purpose so I could have the sky blue. I need to put her on the very bottom layer because everything else is going to be layered on top of her. And originally it overlapped her head, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And I love having the stylus because I can paint on by hand. Like so. And then I just go in and make it a lot more exact. Awesome. So now she's in front of it, even though technically the spaceship layer is on top of her face. And then to make it a little more convincing, I added a shadow layer here. Just underneath the ship. Just kind of drew it by hand, blurred it, made it a little bit transparent. And then we got R2-D2, where is he? So I drop him in here, and of course, we gotta have a shadow below him. So let me make it all the way. Yeah. So we've got a long cast shadow going out that way. It's kind of match, make it all a little bit more believable. It's these little details that even an unskilled artist will notice and just kind of ruin the whole thing. So I try to pay attention to those little details to make it believable and make it more immersive. And when you look at it, your subconscious kind of sees it and believes it.
Everything he did looked really clean and professional. So it wasn't this over-the-top nerd style that didn't make sense. It was a professional nerd style. And I was like, this is rare, this is cool.
They say there's nothing new under the sun, and I agree with the general, idea behind that, but I want to challenge that, and I want to try and do something that hasn't been done before. I want to make art with my photos, not just another picture. Not just a photo, but a piece of art that can stand alone. I want it to be multifaceted and layered and interesting.